So you've booked your cruise and you've booked all your cruise activities in your planner, and now you just sit back and relax and wait for embarkation day, right? Wrong. There's still a lot to do. Stay tuned to find out how to save money on all your planned activities in your cruise planner. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and this is your friend, the Traveling Sag. Today we're going to talk about what to do after you book your cruise. And this has to be like my number one cruise tip. So, a quick backstory. When I first started cruising, my first cruise, I was like a fish out of water. I just booked it and I didn't know what else to do, right? So I sail exclusively with Royal Caribbean, and there is something called a cruise planner. Okay. And the cruise planner, it looks like this for at least for Royal Caribbean. This is your landing page in your reservations, and you go to plan my cruise. I did not do this with my first cruise, and with my second cruise, I think I planned like a massage or something. I purchased a massage. My mistake was not going back to the cruise planner periodically to check if prices have come down. There are always sales going on with the cruising companies. It doesn't stop at when you book. Even your cruise price might change, right? So, my first tip and my top tip is always go back and check prices. Even your cruise fare can come down, and you can always call before final payment, at least with Royal Caribbean that I know. You can always get a price adjustment for your cruise. Now, after final payment, you can't get money back. Like, you can't get the price adjusted for a credit back to your account. However, if they have come down and you want to upgrade, you can upgrade. And that's what happened to me. I was in an interior and I recently upgraded to a spacious balcony for like $100 more, which is it's a very good deal. So now let's go into our cruise planner. So I'm going to show you how much I have saved by going back over and over again. Like, I check my cruise planner all the time, and I'm always finding ways to save, always taking advantage of the sales going on. So now these are my reservations that I've made so far. Basically throughout the summer, I just kept monitoring the prices of different items and activities in the cruise planner. So I did book Hideaway Beach, which is Royal Caribbean's basically on Coco Cay. They're like private area for adults only, no children. And if you watched my previous video, this is what they moved. This is where they moved the Oasis Lagoon party to. So there's no more DJ that I know of at the Oasis Lagoon. Now it's at Hideaway Beach. So I booked it. It'll be my first time going just to check it out, and you guys will be going with me just to see, what's going on and how the experience is. So at that time that I first purchased it, it was $63.78. Okay. Now you'll notice it says refund because the price did come down and I did cancel and rebook. With Royal Caribbean, I'm not sure about the other cruise lines. With Royal Caribbean, I suggest, and all other cruise tip, people, bloggers out there, they always tell you to do this. Always book it. You can always cancel, but I suggest, and other people will suggest you to book whatever activity or dinner or whatever you want. And worst case scenario, the price goes up, you stay locked at that price, right? The price goes down, you cancel and rebook. Always cancel and rebook. So that's what I did. So it was $63.78 for the Hideaway Beach day pass, and the deluxe beverage package, right, was, and I was budgeting maybe $250 for the beverage package. This is the deluxe beverage package, which includes everything: water, cocktails, wine, everything. So I had purchased it for $222.96, and I believe that does include tip. It was lower, but this is the full price including the tip. Okay. Now let's move on. And I always purchase the internet package, which was, I believe, $17 a night or something like that. So it came up to $50.97. Okay, let's continue. So then I canceled because Hideaway Beach, they were having a sale. So I then repurchased for $54.98, right? Which is lower than the previous price, $63, right? So that's about $9 or so that I saved. It did come down after that. So on this day, there was a glitch. Something was going on with the cruise planner. It was advertising as 46, which is way below the original price. It was advertising as $46.18, but whenever I checked out, it kept bumping up to $54.98. Right? It just kept bumping up. And I had noticed on some of the other vlogs, other people were having the same issue. So I canceled it at the same time. I was determined to get this $46.18. Finally, it did work. So you can see that was on the same day. So again, I canceled, rebook, and then I ended up saving how much? It went from $63 to $46.18 for the day pass for Hideaway Beach. And I love a sale. You know me, I say this time and time again. I love a savings. I love a bargain. So since then, the price has not come down further than this. Actually, it's gone up. Right now, I believe it's at almost $70 as we speak. Okay, moving along. So also my beverage package came down as well. So I think I did book it again. I canceled at one point, $222, and then I got it again for $201, which is one of the lowest prices I have ever seen. I couldn't believe it. So what did I do? Canceled my beverage package, rebooked at $201.72. This does include the gratuity. All restaurant bookings and beverage packages always includes the gratuity. I didn't click it here for a breakdown, but we'll see the breakdown later on. So now let's scroll again. It went down again, you guys. So this was August 1st, and now 2 weeks later, this has got to be the lowest I have ever seen in my 10 years of cruising. It came down to $152.97. I couldn't believe it. So you know what I did? Canceled, rebooked. And the final, with the gratuity included, came up to $180.48. So my very first booking was, where are we? 222 down to now the lowest, 152. That is a bargain for a deluxe beverage package, in my opinion. And so what did I do then? There was a good sale going on that day. So then I decided to book Chops Grill lunch, right, on Sail Away, on embarkation day. Because I said, you know what? I want to just relax and not go through the rush of the Windjammer. Because listen, on embarkation, one of the busiest locations on the cruise ship is the Windjammer. Right? Or for Carnival, I don't know what, the Lido, I forgot what it's called, but for us, it's called the Windjammer, the buffet. So I decided to just book myself a little lunch. To me, that's a good price. It's $16.99, right? Amazing. So I decided with some of my savings from the deluxe beverage package, I booked myself lunch at Chops. So what do you guys think? Will you follow this? Listen, when I first started cruising, I did not know to do this. So I think around the third cruise, I realized, and from watching other online, cruise vloggers and cruise advice, I didn't know that you can go on and cancel and rebook. But you could do that to your heart's desire. And since then, I have always cancel, rebook, cancel, rebook, cancel. It's not a big deal. You can all actually call them to do it as well, but it's easier to do it online and just rebook right there and then. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. What other cruise tips would you like to hear? You can email me as well. Any questions you have, I'll answer. And here is to happy cruising, happy savings, and remember to live life one trip at a time.